much. However, Charles IX does come and add the wing of the beautiful chimney, l'aile de la belle cheminée, that we have here, kind of to leave his print on the castle, on the royal castle. After him, we get Henry IV, and actually Henry IV is another king who will build a lot. He will add the Galerie de Diane as well as the gardens that we have here, and the Cour des Offices that is right behind. This becomes now much more of a pleasant castle to live in, big enough to to welcome the court, and so they will regularly, continuously make stays here, mostly to hunt in the forests nearby, and to kind of get a break of busy Paris. At this point, under Henry IV, Paris is also under a lot of construction. He was a very big building king, so he actually built a lot of things throughout the city. So not the most comfortable, it's very dense, very compact. It's not the spread out Paris that we have today. It's medieval Paris, so a lot of narrow streets. So to be able to have a little bit more space and more air to breathe, they would come here to Fontainebleau as well. After Henry IV, we have Louis XIII, his son, that becomes King of France. He doesn't do much. What he changes is that staircase that we have behind. Gets rid of the old one and creates the unique horseshoe staircase that we have today. After that, we get Louis XIV. Louis XIV adds a level to the left side. The little buildings that are on the side as well here to welcome more, but what he will mostly do is actually rearrange the gardens here. He likes le nôtre, he wants le nôtre to design a lot of the gardens here in France. A little bit less. Louis XV doesn't do much. There's a little bit of renovations that need to be done, but Louis XV and Louis XVI will continuously come. They would stay at least twice a year here in Fontainebleau, to move the whole court from Versailles all the way to Fontainebleau and back. To give you an idea, today it would take us a good hour and 45 minutes before arriving to Versailles. Since we'd have to cross through Paris, they would do basically the same route as well. So it's a little bit more complicated. It would be a good half-day trip to get here as well, but important. Marie Antoinette's first sight of a royal castle was here in Fontainebleau, actually, before she headed towards Versailles to get married to Louis XVI, at the time Prince of France. We have the French Revolution. This is the royal castle, so like all royal castles, this place is completely emptied of all of the furniture that was inside. So we tend to auction it off to different royal families internationally, or just wealthy people in general. It was mostly to found our new republic that we were having, our first republic, which didn't last very long because Napoleon came very quickly afterwards, but still, so we lose most of our furniture. Same thing happened sadly to Versailles as well. But luckily here, very different from the castle of Versailles, is that here, after the French Revolution, someone is very interested in the castle, and this very someone is Napoleon I. And so he doesn't really add anything. And what he will do, however, is destroy. He destroys the wing that is in between the side to create the gate that we see. We can see all of the emblems of Napoleon on the gate. We have the beautiful eagles, as well as the N that's decorated on the side. Just to let his mark. He will actually spend quite a bit of time here, despite his many campaigns across Europe. But he will come, and he will also use this as a place to imprison the Pope. Pius VII, Napoleon conquers Italy, and at the same time the Papal States, so the Vatican, and he will kidnap the Pope, bring him here to Fontainebleau. And why is he kidnapping the Pope? Well, because at the time you would need the approval of the Pope to be able to be crowned emperor. So he was already crowned emperor, he crowned himself. The Pope never recognized him despite being there at the Notre Dame Cathedral when it happened, but he still didn't recognize him. And so Napoleon had high hopes to convince the Pope to recognize him as Emperor of France. He never did, though Napoleon did threaten quite a bit to attack all the Catholics in France. He never did. He was too occupied in conquering most of Europe. And sadly, so the Pope was able to be freed just a couple months before Napoleon. So surrendered the first time and was exiled the first time at the island of Elba, so close to Italy. And just before he left, he had his grand goodbyes here in Fontainebleau, just in this courtyard that we have here. And something very beautiful, a lot of crying tears, said goodbye to all of his generals, hope for the best, promise, well, didn't promise he wouldn't come back, but he did come back in the end. So he came back for 100 days, and then we have the Battle of Waterloo, and then he's exiled finally to St. Helena in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Very hard to leave, and so he never leaves, never comes back. And then the castle remains nonetheless part of the royal family. So after Napoleon, we're back to a constitutional monarchy, and so we have our kings that are there throughout the time. Louis XVIII was the brother of Louis XVI. He reigns for a little bit and then is replaced by Charles X after he passes away. Same thing, brother of Louis XVI and Louis XVIII. And Charles X will live here as well, occasionally making stays.